A very good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Q8 Pilot channel. It is 1700 Zulu 2000 hours at local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. I want to welcome today with us Boeing Corp Mark from Logan, New Jersey in the United States. And Rand Cooley, welcome aboard, my friend. Very happy to have you with me this evening. Mr. Valera, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Thomas, welcome aboard. TJ, welcome. Dougal Mektavish is in the house. And our dear friend, Mr. Talal Al-Hadri, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here for the very first time, joining at the stream at the beginning. Yeah, I remember I've seen you before, Talal. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Thanks for making it this evening. Billy, welcome aboard. Hello, Stan. Welcome. Greetings to you all. Today, ladies and gents, we are going to be making a short hop from Providence to John F. Kennedy Airport. According to Flight Radar 24, this is an actual JetBlue flight. And so I've copied exactly the flight information, including the gate departure from Providence. And according to Flight Radar, this flight, the final cruise altitude of this flight is 7,000 feet, believe it or not. 149 nautical miles, a very short hop. SimBrief has given me 12,000 feet today, so it should be good fun for us to test out the Blue Sky Star Soundpack, or BSS Soundpack, better known as the BSS Soundpack. I'm going to reserve my comments, so you guys will be able to hear the sounds with me today during this live stream. We are using also Elevetics today for the flight tracking, which is a great tool. I believe it's free of charge. They do have some premium features that you can opt to pay for, but it is free, and everything that you see in the app is free. Very quickly, again, in support of the developers of this app, this is the Elevetics interface. I've received a few comments on what was that bar you're using, and this is exactly what we're using today. Our departure today is going to be runway 05, and we are going to be arriving shortly after departure into John F. Kennedy Airport in New York City. Runway 04 left, I believe, 04 right is going to be our arrival runway. So with that out of the way, this scenery is really very nice scenery. And if you are interested in both scenery today are payware scenery, and you are able to get the links to both of the scenery used during this live stream by using command !scenery in chat, and you'll be get it. You will not regret using Elevetics, Dalal. It's a really very good application. Works for everything, for P3D, for X-Plane, for Microsoft Flight Sim. Hello, Mr. Fly Lilo is in the house, ladies and gents. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. All right, let's go ahead and get things started here. We're going to hop into this is the beautiful JetBlue livery. Thank you very much for the livery creator for creating this really very snazzy JetBlue livery for the ToLiss A320. This is the Blue Yorker, and this registration number is the actual flight that fly from Providence to New York in this short hop. So here is the flight deck, the beautiful ToLiss flight deck, the ToLiss A320 in the IAE configuration today. And just if you buy the BSS Soundpack for the ToLiss, a couple of things to note: they do not have like a separate file for the for the IAE and for the they do have the separate packs for the different engines, but you cannot deploy them into the same folder, so one will override the other. So what I've ended up doing is I created a copy of the ToLiss A320, and then I called one folder the A320 IAE and the other one CFM, and I just pasted over the plugins for those corresponding sound packs into those folders. So maybe I'll show you this during the stream so that it's not I think it sounded very confusing. So I'll show you guys this during the stream. All right, let's get things started. First, we're gonna remove the armrest here. Okay. The parking brake is set. Flap levers are retracted. The engine, the thrust levers are in idle detent. Landing gear is down. All switches here are in normal. And we're going to move up here to the overhead panel. And we are going to make sure that the wipers are off. And we're going to make sure that we have more than 25 volts of battery for batteries 1 and 2. We can go ahead and start battery 1, battery 2, and external power. And you can hear the nice sounds. There's that hum that starts before. If it's too loud, guys, just let me know. I'll tone things down. I think it is a little bit too loud. So let me just, internal sounds. We're going to set those to maybe 55. And we'll put the external at 65. We'll adjust as necessary. All right, oxygen cruise supply is on. Ground control is on. And we're going to set the adheres to nav 1, IRS2, and IR3. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to make sure the strobe is on auto. And the nav lights, nav 1. I am the pilot flying, so the captain. So nav 1. Then we are going to come here, fasten seatbelt, non-smoking signs, and arm the emergency lights. We're going to go ahead and turn on the fuel pumps, and we're going to go ahead and test the APU fire test, engine 1 fire test, and engine 2 fire test. Perfect. We're going to take a quick look here at the engineer station to make sure that we don't have any white lights, and which we don't, and so that's good. We don't need the engineers today. Everything here looks good, and the cargo smoke test is here as well, so everything here is good. And we are now ready to start programming the MCDU or the MCDU. But before we do that, let's turn up the lights there on our displays, and then we'll do the lower and upper ECAMs as well, and on the first officer side. All right, there we go. Excellent. All right, things are getting ready there, and let's bring up the MCDU. We're gonna make it brighter. We do have again, we're gonna follow the airline procedure with the flow diff strip. That's the data init alpha, flight plan, secondary plan, and then radio, init bravo, and then performance. So that's diff strip for you. And first, this is D, so this is the data. We have the active nav database. Next, we're going to go to by the way, we need to check the oxygen. Unfortunately, on ToLiss, it just puts the mask on. So we'll just assume that the oxygen check is done. We're going to go to init alpha, and we are going to request the flight plan from the SimBrief. And there we go. Been flying non-stop the Zibo. I am absolutely in love. Well, I'm very, very glad that you finally made the leap to X-Plane, Fly Lilo. And I'm sure that you were going to have a lot of fun with it. So I'm very glad that you're finding the Zibo enjoyable. It is by far the very best freeware available, I think, the only aircraft I can say the same about, which comes only second to Zibo, is the fly-by-wire A380 in Microsoft Flight Sim. Our first day of Sub 10C early this morning, so autumn has arrived finally. Yes, indeed. All right, so we have our flight here, JetBlue 1129er, and you can check this flight on Flight Radar if you like. It is it's very strange that you have an A320 just goes to a final cruise altitude of 7,000 feet, and today it's 12,000 for us, so a little better. All right, so diff strip. So let's go to the flight plan, and the flight plan is again very short flight plan. So let's bring this here. Bring that, if I can bring it there. Yeah, you kind of had to be, the MCDU seems to be sensitive. It wants to, slow motion to move it up. So that's okay. All right, so let's go to departure 05 runway no sit today for the departure, and we're going to insert that. There is a discontinuity here, which we will take care of right now. There we go, and we're going to say insert, and then we're going to go to the arrival at JFK, and we are going to select 04 right, and then the arrival, actually no arrival either here, so it's just maybe there's no star. So yeah, so just insert. Let's see here, let's take a quick look. That's the top of descent, and I want to take a look at the flight plan here real quick. So we're gonna, again, it needs to be like, you got to be very slow, because it looks like it gets upset when it's yeah. All right, so let's go to plan and let's cycle through. So there is a discontinuity there, so we are going to remove that discontinuity. Actually, I'm thinking maybe we should just leave it and we switch to heading select. What do you guys think? Let me go to 40. All right, let me see here how many. We have 5 nautical miles here. So from ZTEL. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and delete that one. So we're going to clear the discontinuity here, and we are going to say insert. There we go. And it's just going to be a sharp turn there towards the runway, so we should be fine. Okay, let me go ahead, and while we're at it, we're going to go to ZTEL. Let's go to fixed information, and then we're going to say Kilo JFK 04 right, and we are going to enter a 10 nautical mile radius here. All right, so very good. So it takes us actually to the ring here is exactly at ZTEL, so we'll have about 10 nautical miles from the runway, less maybe 5 nautical miles to the runway. This is the 10 nautical mile ring, and this is about the middle of it. So I think we should be fine. Anyway, we'll worry about it when we get there. Looks like this is all good now, and let's see here. Everything here is good. Perfect. Okay, so everything here is good. As you can see, the top of climb is 12,000 feet, and immediately after that we will begin the descent. So the descent starts, let's see here, it starts at after Basta, and then we are, the platform altitude appears to be, actually we can check that here. Let's go to app 04 right. There we go. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, so that's 1,500. Okay. Alrighty. Let's put this back on arc. And we are going to go to, alright, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go to the performance. First, let's go to radio. Radio is fine, progress. So we're just going to put, since this is a really short flight, we're just going to go ahead and Chairman Flight Sim Channel, welcome. Good evening to you. I love the ToLiss fleet. Probably will buy the A320 CEO and Neo and the A320 is this Christmas season. Hope for a sale. Hopefully. Seriously tempted to light our wood burner today. Ooh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty cold over there, Dougal. My daughters are heading over to Newcastle in November, so yeah, it's going to be a very cold winter, I suppose. So we are going to go ahead and just say Kilo KJFK 04 right, and insert that here. There we go, and we can go to init. Okay, so now let's remove this. Let's go ahead and start the APU, and we'll wait for the APU door to open. All right, it's good here, and let's start the APU. Perfect. Okay, we're almost now done here. So we're going to go to performance now. And we're going to go ahead and grab the performance. So we're going to request the takeoff data from SimBrief again. GTG, run some errands. Hopefully I'll catch on the second flight. No worries. I guess that means get to go. Yeah. All right, no worries, my friend. Takeoff data is received. We're going to do a flex takeoff, insert link, and now we have everything set here. 137, 137, 140, and the flight cruise altitude is 12,000 feet. Perfect. Okay, let's go to init here and say align IRS. There we go. Okay, now it should just take a minute here. Let's see. Okay. So, we can now turn on the APU bleed. Excelente. And we can turn off the external power. And we are pretty much ready to go now. So everything is set here, everything's set there. And let's go ahead and grab the altimeter real quick. And the altimeter today is here at Providence. For some reason, my iPad just decided to... I'm not sure what happened here. Am I still connected? I am still connected. Are you guys able to... Are you guys able to see me? I'm not sure what happened here. Is the stream still live? Huh. I really am not sure what happened. But I'm going to check here real quick to see if the problem is with my... It looks like the problem is with my iPad again. All's well. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Brian. Yeah, look, it seems like the issue is with my iPad. All right, let me see if I can fix this real quick. Something went wrong. I've had that issue before. And I'm not sure why it happens. The only problem when this happens is I am unable to watch the. I'm unable to watch the chat. So I'm unable to track the chat. So that's a problem. So let me see if I can go back to... Yeah, there's something... All right, let me just track them on my mobile. All right, it's going to be very difficult for me to track on the mobile, but I will do my best, guys. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad everything is okay. Something is off. You know what? Let me turn off my iPad, and maybe I restart it again and see if that fixes the issue. All right, I'll track here on my phone while we get things ready here. Okay. So everything is good here, and we're going to put the constraints on. I was about to get the altimeter when all this went goo-goo. So let's go ahead and check here. So 3016. 3016. Perfect. And we'll do the same here. 3016. Let's see if that fixes the issue. Okay, I think everything is set here. We're going to start this clock. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so Why does this happen, guys? I really don't know why. I hear you. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and push out of our position. We're going to go ahead and come down here. We're going to go to the mechanic. We're going to remove the external power and the chocks. And we're going to go to, so arm doors and cross-check. Okay, perfect. And now we can call the pushback truck. So let's go to better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, so we're going to push this way here. And that should
ground to cockpit.
put us on the
ToLiss
path
driving up.
to 05. Let me try and see if I have... YouTube Studio. Let's see. It's not there. Oh well.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, so we are ready to connect here. I'm still trying to actually, let me try to go to just the regular YouTube, and maybe from there I can monitor the chat. Aha, there we go. Okay, that's better. Now we can monitor the chat. Perfect. Okay, good stuff.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake is released. So far, the sounds are nice
Starting
with the
pushback,
Soundpack.
and you may start engines.
They're exactly like the Soundpack, but I kind of like the Soundpack a little better than this one. But let's go ahead now and start the engines. So engine mode selector to start, and we'll start with the engine number 2. Okay, and 2 is rising, as you can see here. You can hear the hum from the engine. All right, let me switch to, let's take a look here. All right, as the engine starts. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's better than the default sounds, but I don't think it's as dramatic as I would have liked, to be honest. So we have just the first engine now, so let's go and start the engine number 1. Very nice clouds in X-Plane. This is release candidate 2, by the way. Interior sounds are nice.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
There you can hear the hum from the engines. I don't know. What do you guys think? Not overly impressed, to be honest.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, let's go ahead and put this on system 2. We'll put this on auto, so that's our weather radar. And we're going to set the transponder here to TRA before I forget it. We're going to put this on perf. There we go. Perf is set. Let's go ahead and start this clock here. And we're pretty much ready to go now. So we're going to set the taxi light on. APU bleed off. APU master off. Engine mode selector to normal. Flaps 1 for departure. Speed brakes are armed. And the auto brake is set to max. And we're ready to go. Alright, so here we're going to do a couple of things, guys. We're going to hear the sounds now from the interior. And then we're going to hear them again. Less than mediocre, in my opinion. Yes, Dougal. I would have to say that I agree with you. I was being a little bit nice, but stick with COSP. Yeah, the COSP Soundpack is very good. All right, parking brake is released. We're giving power. Again, the interior sounds are not all that great. Here, let me just so I was just holding the brake there for you to listen to the sounds. Not impressed. Not impressed. All right, so it looks like the engine oil is the engine oil temperature is low for both engines. So we're probably going to wait a little while before we can take off. And let me go and taxi there on the taxi. Very, very nice airport, by the way. Very nice scenery of Providence. So job very well done by the developer. And then I like the fact that they've created photoreal textures there for the area of the airport. Overall, very nice texturing and building, optimized for performance. Very nice airport to fly in and out of if you like to, especially fly in this part of the world. This is definitely a scenery that I recommend. Hello, home email. These days, us simmers are not satisfied with the sounds that are taken from the real airplane. Now we need even we have become very demanding, that's for sure. The expectation now from the flight sim community has evolved, just like the Sims themselves have evolved. So yeah, we're gonna be very vocal when things don't go our way and we don't get what we expect to get. So let me just very quickly here take a look, see where is that 05 right? I really am not sure if that's 05 right. So let me check. That is 05. Yeah, okay. It's 05, not 05. Right. So it's just 05. Okay. Well, I tell you guys, $29 for the Soundpack. Well, I'm very disappointed. Yeah, the engine sounds are nothing like a real engine, aircraft engine. I don't know how they've made it. BSS used to be really good back in the day. I really am not sure what happened to them, but this is not acceptable for the price. But then you guys have always have Q8 Pilot that will test stuff for you, and I think the runway's on the other side. so that you don't have to spend your hard-earned money on something, you know, that is mediocre, like this sound pack here. You can't tell me those sounds are recorded from the real A320. No way. I really don't know. I don't think that they advertise this, so I don't know. Let's go ahead and cabin crew seats for takeoff, please. All right. So we have no blues, and we are ready to go. And here's another look at the airport. Very nice texturing all over. And I like the fact that they've included the photo ortho or ortho photos for the vicinity of the airport. But yeah, the sounds in the interior are actually not that bad. They're not all that bad, but the exterior sounds are definitely mediocre. BSS not even close to cost. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, I am very disappointed, to say the least. And when I looked at the price, $29, that's a really expensive sound pack. And I listened, by the way, to the preview. But I know that a lot of you guys would probably be looking to purchase a sound pack, so I thought, you know, why not? Yeah, let's let me purchase it and just give it a go. Maybe it's better when I hear it through my own stereo system, but yeah, very disappointing. All right, we are ready to go. Landing lights on, nose to takeoff, runway lights, strobe lights, and we are going to start the clock. There we go. And that Southwest guy's got to wait for us. I really like this airport a lot. All right, folks, we are ready to go. Let me reset my view here. Engines are stable. Manflex 71, SRS and runway. Beautiful runway textures there. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears going up. Now that is a spectacular departure from Providence. All right, let me just see here. All right, let's set the thrust climb is set. Let's begin our turn. That is really, really a spectacular departure there. The cloud smoothing is amazing. All right, and we're going to go autopilot 1 engaged. Have you tried Soundbox A320 sounds? They are really nice. I've heard about them, but I haven't been able to locate the link, I suppose. Mr. Valero, come Josephine in my flying machine, going up cheap. All right. Right, we can track the flaps. Flaps up. Disarm the speed brakes. And we're going to continue now our climb. look at the clouds though. Wow, what a beautiful sight. All right, I'm not gonna wait too long. All right, so we are, no, not 5,000, cannot be. The transition altitude is, yeah, I'm just gonna go, that's fine. Okay, the transition altitude is 18,000 feet, but maybe it's different for this flight. Anyway, let me go ahead and go to perf, and we're gonna go to the approach phase, and we're gonna enter all the details there for our approach, because it's a very short flight, so we're going to put the QNH, which is 3016, and the tempo, that's not right. Okay, 3014, 3014, and the temperature is 12. It's definitely getting pretty cold. 2013, ooh. That's some wind for you there. 2013, transition altitude is 18. That's fine. And let's take a quick look here. 100. There we go. And that's it. We're ready for the arrival. Wow, look at those clouds, guys. ATC chatter is a little bit too loud. There we go. Well, I tell you guys, the sounds are not that great. So yeah, definitely I do not recommend that you make an investment in those the Soundpack, the BSS Soundpack, available for the ToLiss, not worth the money. So it's better than default, but wow, look at the sun, guys. Look at this scene here. The sun glare is just gorgeous. Very, very nice indeed.
North Shuttle 1, Whiskey Alpha Heavy at Papa, crossing 5 right, ground plane 75.
Right, we are at our cruise altitude, 12,000 feet. I'm not sure what this sound is. It might be XP Realistic. It might be the turbulence. Do that. We don't want the sound. Or maybe we'll tone it down. There we go. Okay. Here's a look at the outside. Seems like there's some sort of an artifact there, but overall X-Plane is really looking great now. All right, so we are at 12,000 feet, our final cruise altitude. We can actually turn off our landing lights and all those lights here. We can also release the passengers, and we should arrive shortly into JFK. If we go to progress here, we are about 111 nautical miles, so very, very short hop today to test out the Blue Star Soundpack for the ToLiss. And this coming weekend, folks, we are going to be jumping into Microsoft Flight Sim. The Bonanza and the Baron aircraft by Black Square has released, and I've been really waiting for this release. I love general aviation aircraft. We're going to start on Saturday with the Bonanza. And the reason I want to start with the Bonanza is that I've had a real-world experience with the Bonanza in 2023 in Texas with Humphreys Aviation. Scott Humphreys was the instructor pilot, and it was actually a really fun little adventure that I've done there with Scott, and he's a really very knowledgeable person. We did a complete video on that. It's available on the channel today. You can go and check it out. And he actually had a blog post as well on his website about the experience of flying with a YouTuber who's a flight sim. It's a very interesting, very interesting flight. And it was a very interesting journey, actually. Full adventure in Flight Sim Expo was a time that I'm very fond of. And I don't really know if I'm going to be able to repeat that again. But I will always very fondly remember that experience, meeting, all the great people in the flight sim world in person. XP72, Blue Games, Captain Canada, the guys over at Laminar Research, the guys from ToLiss, Just Flight, just about. I don't want to miss anyone, but it was just really great being able to see everyone. Of course, I cannot not mention my very good dear friend Stan, who was my wingman actually during FS Expo, and I will always remain grateful to all the effort that he's done. And I still can't forget when we got really thirsty, Stan. that was a really nice time. Okay. So there was a question here. Let's see. A question: when flying flight factor Boeing 777, do I allow the autopilot in LNAV and VNAV to control the flight level and speed? When do I set the IIS for the approach or from speed? Normally, what happens is at the very final approach, you should always use LNAV and VNAV. Okay, unless it's in-op or for some reason. Normally what happens is the aircraft will maintain and hold the final approach speed, but it will not go to the landing speed. So normally the last speed it goes to is maybe 180, 170, something like that. But beyond that, you will see the display. So you'll see something like this. You'll see that the speed indicator is blank in the 777, and when you see the number displayed there, that means you need to now reset the speed to your actual landing speed, and that's the VREF that you get plus 5 knots for wind correction. So yeah, by all means, keep it always. Keep LNAV and VNAV. And there are, by the way, some situations where they cannot be used. That depends. But if they are available and the aircraft systems are operational, you should always use LNAV and VNAV because they guarantee proper descent according to the profile. It will be a comfortable descent normally if you start the descent at the right time. The aircraft will automatically descend if you reset your altitude if you are in LNAV, VNAV, so that will be taken care of automatically. So, Stan, Dougal, you are too kind. FS Expo 23 was really something special. It was. It was very, very special. And, I know Rand and Carl were not able to make it. I still have Rand's badge from 2023. I kept it because the guys over the Evan at the founder of FS Expo actually handed over everything to me. So Stan was there, so Stan got his badge, and Carl. I think Carl actually said that he wasn't coming originally, so I had Rand's badge with me, and I kept it. So I still have it as a souvenir with all the rest of the goodies that I got from FS Expo. Allison, yes, Allison delivered the package. Yeah, I'm glad she did. Yeah. Allison is great. I really miss her. She's a lovely lady, a fellow flight simmer, and she's just really the kindest of people, man. She is just really very, very gentle person. So yeah, it was definitely special. That's for sure. I still have the mouse pad too. Ooh, cool. I saw that nice picture of you that you sent me, Stan, with the Q8 pilot hat. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, folks, we are now. If I look over here, the TV is in 62 nautical miles, and if I look at where we are, so this is Vicky. 22. So from here we have 5. That's 32. That's 52, 59, 59, 59, 63, 67, 72. Yeah. 72. I think we're fine. By the way, sorry, I was calculating the distance to the airport. So we are 12. We need to go to, let's say, 2. That's 10, 30. So about 45 nautical miles is when we begin to descend, to begin the descent. So that's okay. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Perfect. Let's see. I read that to this day. No worries, Rand. No worries. Using my Q8 mouse mat as we speak. Ooh, how cool is that? Well, I'll tell you, Rand, I was really bummed out that you didn't show up because I was really looking forward to meeting you in Expo. I do understand that you had your reasons, and that's okay, but it was, it was maybe an opportunity in a lifetime to be able to see you guys. So I was very happy that Stan came, and we had a really nice dinner. We had a beautiful chat, and the flower seeds that you gave me, Stan, they grew. They were absolutely gorgeous that year, but unfortunately with the summer heat here in Kuwait, everything was torched. So, yeah, but I was very fond of that whole trip. I even met Jeff Faviano. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Jeff Faviano. And one of the probably one of the most pleasant things, or one of the most pleasant people that I've met was the guy behind Simon Toolkit Pro, and it was really something very special for both for me and for him to have met in FS Expo. So overall, yeah, we had a lot of fun. Seems crazy we can't move posts. I hear you, Dougal. I hear you, my friend. If you need to remove something, let's see. All right. Here, I'm gonna. There, Dougal. I've given you a standard moderator on the channel, and see if you can. Hey, B Skycheck is in the house, ladies and gents. See if you need to remove something, Dougal. Please go right ahead and do it, my friend. How are you doing, B Skycheck? It's been a long time, my friend. I hope you are well. Right, 49 nautical miles for top of descent. Texas blue bonnets, the state flowers that blooms here each spring. Ooh. Yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones. If you need to remove something, Dougal, please go right ahead and do it. I've given you the access. Mr. Billy, how are you doing, my friend? Hoping to go to FS Expo next year, but it depends if the boss is taking off. Oh. No, I can't time myself out, but not remove my radius post.
Flight 1989,
Flight 1989, Los Angeles, wind calm, runway 26 left, for the land.
All right. So let me just take a quick look here at the outside. Again, it's looking really nice. The clouds are nice. There's a little bit of a of jaggies right there, but hopefully that'll be fixed in the next iterations of X-Plane. But look at those clouds, guys. Wow, this looks really nice. Really, really nice. Ooh. The sun glare and the overall light scattering in X-Plane is really second to none. Looks fabulous. When is your next visit to Sacramento? Oh, Mohan. So the family wants to go to the U.S. this next summer. I am really not sure. I really am not sure. What is the situation going to be like? Because I have my daughter is going to New Zealand now. She's finished her first year in medical school, and she's done really well. So I'm very glad about that. And then my other daughter is going to go to the UK. So I'm left then with my son, and normally my wife goes to the UK as well during the summer, and this time it's going to be extra special because my daughter is going to be there, and my other daughter might actually also get transferred there to the Newcastle upon time. So that leaves me with my son. I'm really not sure what the plan is next summer. We do plan on going. We do have the visas, so everything is all set, but I really am still not sure. But if I do visit the States next summer, I will more than likely visit California, Fresno, and maybe I'll make it to Sacramento. I'm not really for sure. Q8, so good afternoon, Flybright. How are you doing, my friend? And we have also Mr. Seth. How are you? I'm doing very well, thanks for asking.
I guess visual at this point, 5,200.
California is instantly expensive. Texas cheaper, yeah. But California holds a lot of memories for me. So I lived in California for just under 10 years. So it's a place that I'm very, very fond of, especially Fresno. So we used to also make a lot of visits to Santa Monica. So my friend, who is now a university professor, studied over at the University of Southern California, or USC, and he actually stayed longer than I had, because he went all the way to the doctorate program in business management. So I used to visit him there frequently. It was a frequent visit to I'm going to go ahead, guys, and set the altimeter now. So let me go and set this 3014. Okay, we're going to set that to 3014. And we're going to do the same here, 3014. There we go. Definitely Santa Monica is somewhere I'd like to visit again. And then it's also, you've got, Universal Studios and, Disney and all that good stuff in Los Angeles. So it would be suitable for me and my son to go and have some fun there. I can drive down. Oh, that would be great if you can drive down to Fresno, Mohan. Yeah, I'll definitely, if I decide to go, I'll definitely post something. I'll let you guys know. I know how to get in touch, so I'll definitely get in touch. It'll be really fun to be able to meet you. California is still great. I heard a lot of things. I do have some friends in Fresno. Still, my very dear friend Tracy is still in Fresno. Now the funny thing is, guys, is when I was in the States, Tracy used to we used to live in the same apartment complex. It used to be, I think it's still called Sierra Meadows. Sierra Meadows is on Blackstone and Sierra. It was exactly 107 East Sierra Avenue, 93710. Still remember the zip code. I still remember my phone number there. But the funny thing is, Tracy had a little girl at the time, Megan, and Megan was 3 years old. And sometimes when Tracy had to run errands, she had me watch her daughter. So I used to babysit for her every now and then. And when I visited in 2017, was the first time I went to the States after my last departure in 2000. So 17 years later, and Megan was 20 years old, and she had a baby. And so when I saw her, I was shocked because, first of all, I felt very old, and I really couldn't recognize her. It was really it was just really strange. Back home in the UK now, yeah. California. So yeah, very lots of memories, guys, in the States. It's really my second home. I love the American people. I transformed from a teenager to an adult man in the States, and so you can tell that I have very much molded into from the mentality perspective, not very much like an American. I think like an American, because I was part of the community there. I was a member of the Fresno Communications Network. I was also part of the member of the Fresno Chamber of Commerce. I ran my own business in Fresno. I obviously went to school there, and yeah, the whole kibosh, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole 9 yards, shebang, the whole shebang. So it's been really. I still sometimes I just chuckle with joy when I remember my days. And by the way, I also had my very first flight lesson in Fresno. That was the very, very first flight lesson. And I was actually so happy with the instructor and the flight. I'm going to go ahead now and set our altitude to 1,500 feet, and we're going to begin the descent a little bit early. There we go, and we're going to begin the descent. So the instructor that I had my very first lesson with was Captain Lee. He was a retired Air Force pilot, and he was a very, very nice guy. So our very first flight, I took my girlfriend at the time, and we flew from Fresno to Harris Ranch. I think I've said this to you guys before. And we had a really nice steak, and then I bought him a nice bottle of wine, which I signed. And then we headed back, and then I thought, this is really cool. I want to learn how to fly, and I started really taking lessons. I didn't really follow through though at the time, due to financial constraints. But yeah.
Tower, good morning, Skyway 935, visual 24, right speed 1.
So a little bit of digression today from our mainstream subject of the flight and flight simming and streaming, but it felt good to share it with you guys. And I normally share this with my friends, and so I am with my friends today. So I here share this story with you. Right, let me see if I think I need to refresh my
Skyway 3454, Zulu, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
Cross runway 24 left at Zulu and contact ground Skyway 3454.
All right, now we have to chat back. Perfect. Okay, So we're approaching 10,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights. And there we go. Fasten seatbelt signs. Go back on. And we will turn on the landing system. There we go. And everything here is set. Auto brake to medium. And we continue our descent. There we go. That's 0 full right for you. And this is actually where we were supposed to initially begin the descent, but that's okay. That's a slower descent that way. Here's a look at the outside. And a cinematic flyby.
Tower 2921.
Still 2921 LA Tower, wind 1104, runway 24 right, clear to land.
4 right, clear to land, Delta 29.
Definitely, XATC chatter adds a lot of immersion. And there was a new version. If we go here, automatically selected.
Be advised, the traffic ahead
the
4
nearest.
miles. I guess they're going to go
Actually,
down
we can
about
go to
110 on
This is
short
New York.
mile.
This is New York. Let's go to New York approach. Right there, departure 1 approach. There's facility. New York approach.
Cancel Club time, departure check person to 2,200, climbing 8,000, direct contact.
Depart 772 departure, direct contact, climbing maintain, follow 190.
Other flight level 190, check person.
I really like XATC chatter. I think it's pretty cool. I would love to meet you in person. You are worth your weight in gold. I love to associate with people that are sincere, dedicated, and committed like you are. Mohan, thank you so much for those kind words. I really, really appreciate it. And that's very kind, sir. I really, really appreciate your kind words. And what you see in me is only a reflection of your own self, my friend. So thank you really again. I really am very humble. I thank you for that. Yeah, Rish up north, closer to Manchester. Oh. I see. Can you share your preset on XP? Presets. How are you doing, Andre? Which presets are you looking for? And add-on. Add-ons, I'm not really using everything. So for the scenery, you can type exclamation scenery. You'll get the links to both airports in this flight. But I'm not using anything in terms of add-ons other than the aircraft, which is the ToLiss here today. XATC chatter. But yeah, I get you. I mean graphic settings. Oh, the graphic settings, I can show you that right now. Let's go to graphics. So these are my graphic settings right now. And I've set the lateral field of view to 80 and everything's max here. I don't use RCAS. Atmospheric filter and anisotropic filtering is 16. MSAA to 4. Everything max here with exception world density and distance is set to high, and draw boats and balloons, enable 3D vegetation, and that's it. Those are my settings.
12585.
I do have smooth motion enabled, which significantly increases performance in X-Plane. In my case, I do have a 4090 card, so it does work beautifully there. And if you are interested in my settings, you can always type exclamation specs, and that will take you to the Q8 Pilot website, where my entire setup, PC setup, is listed there for your perusal. Can you do a review on the bore sound set for the PMDG 777? With pleasure, Boeing Corp Mike. Absolutely. What is your, Andres, what is your processor speed?
American 1717, 1300, climb into 4.
American 1717,
we're looking good here.
Contact, climb via turn 6 departure.
And once we are into the 10 nautical mile circle, I will go ahead and go to flaps 1, because this is going to be a very steep turn. So,
11,000, 3962.
look at the scene, guys. Look at those. Wow. Very, very nice.
Departure challenge 487, 900 for 4,000. Southwest 487, departure radar contact, climb via the turf 6 departure. Climb via turf 6.
El Bambino, 65, welcome aboard from France. Welcome from beautiful France.
Departure wings 835 out of 1500, climbing to 4,000. We're on the turf 6.
And look at those beautiful clouds here and the overcast conditions.
Via the turf 6, we're 835.
This is really cool.
Delta 2605, turn left heading 300.
All right. So we are at 7,000. We can see now we are beginning the descent. I'm going to speed check and flaps 1. Right, very good.
22, climb and maintain 5,000. I'm maintaining 5,000, fairway 322.
We're going to arm the speed brake. And cabin crew seats for landing. I messaged you on Discord. Hello, Carl. How are you doing, my friend? Glad to have you here. Where did you message me, Carl? For some reason, I'm unable to send you messages. When I try to send you a message, it tells me that I am unable to send you a message because we don't share any servers or something to that effect. So I am unable to see your messages. Or I can see your messages, but I cannot reply to you for some reason. So I'm glad that you told me here. Yeah, for some reason that's what it tells me. When I reply to you, it gives me a message. It says that your message was not delivered because you and Carl do not share a server. Something like that. So,
2557, turn left direct turbo, climb and maintain 16,000. Alright, left turn direct to turbo and climb maintain 16,000 feet, so 57.
Alright, we're looking good here, and we're gonna go there. Alright, so we're actually very close to the to JFK, and it looks like it's going to be a cloudy approach. I didn't really look at the weather. Let's take a quick look at the weather. So we have 2013 knot wind, broken at 2,600 feet, broken clouds at 25, and then 12 is the temperature, 3014. Okay, so looks like there is some precipitation. We're looking good. Hopefully we can, exit those clouds and we can enjoy the beautiful approach into Kennedy International.
Delta 2557, contact center 133.4.
What can I use for model matching for VATSIM and X-Plane 12? You can definitely use the Just Flight, World Traffic, Global World Traffic Global. You can definitely use those for model matching. There is also the Blue Bell models They are not complete, so you will not get everything, but they're a good match. They have good model matching. I use them in conjunction with the Traffic Global. So yeah, definitely they're very good if you're looking for that. Or XCSL. There you go. Hello there, Rodolf. How are you doing, my friend? From Munich. Welcome aboard, my friend. A really lovely international chat today. Very nice. I love it when when we've got people from different countries. I think it enriches the experience for everyone. So welcome aboard. Right. We are at 2700. We're looking good. I am going to take a look here. And approach phase. Looks like the approach phase is activated. So we are going to extend the speed brakes here to reduce our speed real quick.
16,000, left turn direct turbo southwest
2,500.
That's 2,500. And let's go approach. Cat 3.
7,000, direct to arc, 6031.
Looking good. All right, and here we are making the turn towards 04 right at JFK.
2,000.
All right, we're looking good here. Almost there now.
430, climb and maintain 16,000.
Wow, look at X-plane, guys. Okay, we can arm the speed brake again. Speed check, flaps 2. Hello, New York. All right, speed check and flaps 3. Landing gear coming down. We have the runway in sight. That's 04 right there. Those clouds are looking great. Speed check. And flaps for lovely wing view here as we arrive into JFK. Got a boat there. Wow, look at this. This looks so real, guys. Look at the clouds there. Just really spectacular. That is a beautiful approach into John F. Kennedy. Right, 1,000 feet, we'll disconnect. Looks like 13 knot wind, so we're going to expect a little bit of a crosswind there. Let me reset my view here. Okay, views reset. Everything is in order. Right, 1,000. Autopilot off. My aircraft. And we're going to make just slight changes there.
Clearway, 352, contact center 132.45.
132.45.
What a just pleasure to hand fly the ToLiss.
Above. Minimum.
Contact on the maintain 5,000. 5,000.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Reverse green. 80 knots. Manual braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John F. Kennedy Airport in New York City, New York. That was a brilliant approach into JFK. Very, very nice indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Hand flying the aircrafts into the approach. It was really, really fun. We'll be able to take a look at the flight details a little later through Elevatics. And now we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the replay and explain. Please do not crash. Please. Explain is not responding. Explain is not responding, guys. I'm just going to wait. And I hope that it comes to its senses, because that was a really nice landing. And I hope that... Please don't crash, Explain. Oh, come on. I'm not going to touch anything. We'll just wait a little while. If it doesn't work, then oh well. That was a really, really nice landing, though. I don't know. I can't even see. Oh God! When you see that, you know that things are not going well. So, what do we do, guys? V-Sky check. Yeah, this is release candidate 2. Looks like, guys, we're out of luck, unfortunately. That's too bad, because that landing was really cool and the approach was a spectacular approach into New York. But unfortunately, things like this do happen, guys. So yeah, we'll wait for the program to respond. We'll wait for a little bit. We're out of luck. Too bad. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Well, folks, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this this live stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. The the Blue Sky Star Soundpack, or the BSS Soundpack for the ToLiss A320, is really a disappointment, to be completely honest. It is definitely not worth $29. So my recommendation is not to make an investment in it. I think you've been able to listen to the sounds throughout our flight today, from the cold and dark state all the way to landing here at JFK, and the sound just isn't there. Definitely not an immersive soundtrack. Sim 737 pilot, glad to have you here. Yeah, so unfortunately, just on the replay, X-Plane decided to, to disappoint me this time. Unfortunate, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. But I really enjoyed being with you guys. Thank you very much for the support throughout our stream this evening. It's been a lot of fun. And I will see you guys again this coming Saturday, where we are going to be taking a look at the Black Square Bonanza for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely day.